IVM.
I cannot watch horror films. The last horror film that I remember that I watched was not horror, but I still got scared was Bhool Bhulaiya 2.
Okay, that was kind of horror, yeah.
भाई
Horror
उसमें
comedy.
उसमें एक जंप स्केयर आता है जिसमें बिल्ली म्याऊं करती है. मेरी फट गई थी ऑफिस में. मतलब I was like,
It goes back to that whole ना जो साइको का बहुत फेमस सीन है कि लड़की नहा रही है and then suddenly and then it comes in.
Yeah.
So you titillate the audience and then you
Yeah.
tittle down.
तो उसमें वो क्या करते हैं,
भूत नहीं है.
तू डर क्या गया?
ओ स्त्री कल आना.
पर आप कहीं मत जा रहा है.
साथ निभाना.
साथ निभाना साथिया देगा आपने कभी?
साथ निभाना.
साथिया great movie.
Not very scary though.
Not scary
very
at all.
scary,
Hey,
yeah.
but she gets that
but the
accident.
accident is scary.
It
Yes.
is scary.
Oh, okay.
And she gets her head in that cast thingy. I don't
Wow.
want that.
Okay.
Wow.
What she does? What is in the movie? What? Wow.
अंतरिक्ष
Like,
ना-
oh, look at this guy non-busy. It's in the movie.
अंतरिक्ष ना फट लेती है एक सेकंड को. अंतरिक्ष is like, कुछ गलत बोला गया.
हम बात करें डर लगते ओ देखा उसका सर फट जाता है.
अंतरिक्ष इतने eggshells पे चल रहा है. Like,
I
कुछ
don't.
politically-
You guys do when I say something. I'm fine with my opinions, dude. Yeah.
Guys, what are we talking about today?
Welcome.
Horror films.
Yes, welcome.
And that's why I'm wearing
Everyone?
my Manchester United jersey, because what is more horror than their season?
Yeah.
See, our producer
Nice, somebody
laughed.
laughed.
One other sports
Somebody got a
person.
reference.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm wearing Flash because
Yeah.
Flash.
Because you get scared in a flash.
The Flash, yes, that's true.
Nice. And I'm wearing pink because I'm a flamingo.
You're wearing a check shirt because your horror movie playlist check.
Moving on.
वही
so-
तो नहीं हो पा रहा.
That is a different
Wow.
kind of.
He just reused a joke from a previous episode of his own, dude. Wow.
Which episode was this?
अरे इसका reel भी बनाया था
Yeah,
हमने.
yeah. Some moving on. Exactly. That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Again,
सच में नहीं
1,000
हो
views
पा
on the reels. That's how we do it. Let's go.
No, I was saying Halloween just went by and we didn't do this episode when it was. We were so we should have
actually.
Oh,
done.
because we had a legit reason not to do it
Yeah.
earlier. Because Coffee with Karan was coming.
Yeah.
The first episode.
Yeah.
Ha.
And when you
Yeah.
think Halloween,
You think of Coffee with Karan, man?
Yeah,
Like,
you
Yeah, yeah,
a
of
doy,
course.
right?
Do you rate Karan Johar scarier than Halloween?
you know what? I mean, to be fair, in this industry, he can make or break your career, and that is kind of scary.
Ooh, yeah.
That's good. Well said, man. Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you,
Well said.
guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Karan, if you're watching,
Hey, man.
no
Hey,
personal.
after all the times I have praised his recent movies,
Oh yeah, that's true.
He
What
has
movie
to-
was that?
Which one? अजब नहीं गजब कहानी.
सत्य प्रेम की कथा. We are talking about
movies. Yes.
the most terrifying of terrifying horror
movies
horror
that
movies.
terrified us.
But in Bollywood particularly, right?
हाँ. So there are none. Okay, guys, that's the episode.
So, there are definitely less. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying so. What has been you guys? What relationship do you have with horror? Because
Oh, very bad.
yeah,
Yeah. The only relationship worse than my previous relationship
From which he hasn't moved on.
Yeah. Is the horror relationship that I have. Bro, I can't watch horror for shit, bro.
even at home.
Even at home, मैं राम गोपाल वर्मा की फूंक नहीं देख पाया था भाई. सोचो, फूंक का प्लॉट पता है क्या है? कि एक कौवा काएं काएं कर रहा है. That's the plot.
Because that's all you saw of the movie.
But I couldn't do. I cannot watch horror films. The last horror film that I remember that I watched was not horror, but I still got scared was Bhool Bhulaiya 2.
Okay, that was kind of horror. Yeah,
भाई
horror
उसमें
comedy.
उसमें एक जंप स्केयर आता है जिसमें बिल्ली म्याऊं करती है. मेरी फट गई थी ऑफिस में. मतलब I was like, and मेरे साथ में जो बैठी थी, she was like कि
It's okay, it's Snayhil.
तुम इस पे हंस.
We don't judge.
जो बैठे थे.
Were they also scared?
हो यार. Everybody was laughing. I was like, oh fuck.
Wow, dude. That's
What about you, Snayhil?
Oh yeah. I just told you, Abbas.
He just looked at me. There are two Snayhils.
It was you know.
Yeah,
Hey,
too
वो
obsessed.
अंतरिक्ष कितना फट्टू है.
Take 2. What about you, Antariksh?
Antariksh feels that
Antariksh feels that Rocky Rani was a great film.
very scary. So
Jaya Bachchan was scary in that movie. In Rocky.
Okay.
What? Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she can be. Not scary.
I mean,
like you're putting your covers over yourself. Like, arey bhai. I have a better relationship with horror movies than my ex. than him. But मेरी फटती है. But I love the feeling कि मेरी फट रही है.
Wow.
Like, you know, like I have said this so many times. One of my favorite thing ever, like I've said this on our podcast also quite a few times. One of my favorite things ever was a radio show. I think it was on Red FM or Radio Mirchi. It was called Ek Kahani Aisi Bhi. It would come late at night, like around 10 or 11 at night. Okay.
I think it was Red, yeah.
Yeah. And I would, like, during that time when that used to come on the radio, I used to have to at late at night have to drive past RA Colony. Okay. So the best feeling in the world was driving down RA, which famously they say is haunted, right? With my windows down, smoking a cigarette with my windows down, and Ek Kahani Aisi Bhi playing on the radio, and I'm freaking the hell out, but having a great time. And laughing at myself, like, क्या इतनी क्या फट रही है सारे? But like, it's very fun.
It's a dual personality.
Yeah, correct. Like, you know, डर भी लग रहा है, अच्छा भी लग रहा है. But that's what I think horror fans crave for. That's what they want. They want that feeling. Oh, something is scaring me, but I'm also aware that I'm scared because of a movie that's not exactly real. But you know, so that's like my relationship with horror as a genre in particular. Otherwise, like, I love supernatural stuff. I love watching stuff about ghosts. One of my favorite things is that I watch like endless videos.
Yeah, psychological horror is also like, for me, a serial killer story is more scary because that's more.
वो देखने बड़ा मजा आता है मेरे को.
But that's the thing, that's more prone to happen than your house being haunted.
नहीं भाई.
इसके लिए मैं दोनों हो सकते हैं.
I am closer to Snayhil in this area. I think I used to be very, 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 very scared. In the last 2 years or so, I have started watching horror a little bit. But then I have my whole setup. Like, I avoid watching them in the theater because you can't, you can't put the volume down or pause in a theater. So when I watch them at home, I don't know if I've mentioned on this podcast or somewhere else, I use this one website, but this is only for Hollywood films. It's called
Pornhub.
Pornhub पे Bollywood भी मिल जाता है.
ये देखो पेज नंबर 17 पे अगर तुम जाओ ना तो वहाँ पे रहता है.
I'm just saying technology has made things way more democratic.
Yeah, of course.
But there's a website called where'sthejump.com. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You enter a film name.
Nice.
So for example, the new Exorcist movie.
That's great.
And they will give you the time code where the jump scares are. Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And the good thing is you have the option to either read the description of the jump scare of what it is or hide it. Okay, so you know what the jump scare is, but you don't know exactly what it is. So जैसे इसने बोला कि एक बिल्ली मियाओ करती है. Now you know the jump scare is coming, but you don't know what the billy is. So you're prepared, but then you're also suspenseful that what is going to be the jump scare.
I get it.
So I use that website and I put the volume very low when I feel like a scare is coming. But I mean the thing is, horror fans are some of the most passionate fans in the world. I think that film, the Katrina Kaif film, Phone Booth sort of dabbled into this to show how like horror fans, but horror
इनको बहुत पसंद है.
Phone Booth मुझे भी पसंद है. I thought it was it had the potential to be this generation's अंदाज़ अपना.
Hey, I said the same thing,
but
bro.
it didn't land that. I think they were halfway there.
Fair.
But I want to talk about
what do you think of jump scares in general?
I hate them.
Yes, I despise them.
Even I don't like jump scares unless like there are a few which are like very well done. Like they are like, I don't know, like they have a unique take on a jump scare, or they fake you with the first instance of the scare and scare you at the second instance of the jump scare. So those are interesting, but most of them are very lazily done and it's very bad. I get irritated when you can sense the jump scare coming, but you can't, like, you have to keep looking, but like, it's coming, dude. Like, okay, just do it and get done with it. Don't make me anticipate the fucking jump scare.
Like I was watching Bhoot recently for my podcast. As usual.
अचानक इनकी आवाज बदल जाती है. So I was watching Bhoot for my podcast.
Just saying. So उसमें पहला jump scare, I think it comes around 30-35 minutes into the movie. You've both seen Bhoot, right?
Yeah.
So Urmila has just moved into the new house,
Yeah.
and उसमें भी यही है कि it is implied that there is something in this wrong in this house, but you don't know what. उसको रात में कुछ सुनाई देता है kitchen में. She gets up from the bed, checks out, everything is fine, okay, and then she goes up the flight of stairs, and the camera Ram Gopal Varma थोड़ा low angle पे. And then the moment she goes out of frame, there is a little boy standing in the kitchen, okay? And that is not accompanied by some loud sound effect or anything. वो बस जैसे निकलती है वहाँ पे वो बस होता है. तो वो फट गई मेरी. And the thing that for 30 minutes he's been building up something is wrong, something is wrong. And he just drops it there. That I think is a great example of a good jump scare where it is not jumping at you, it is just
but
showing
you jump after
exactly,
watching that.
Firstly, the most recent ones I've seen are not Indian ones.
Okay.
Are Hollywood. If I can just quickly mention them, I don't need to talk about them. One of them is Smile.
Oh yes, I've heard
Okay,
about this.
that's
उसका
very good.
पोस्टर इतना
Exactly.
उसका पोस्टर इतना क्रीपी है.
यार,
मेरे को पता नहीं नेटफ्लिक्स पे दिख गया.
Correct.
मैं ऐसे करके हटाया उसे.
Correct. Great poster.
भैंस की
It's just
आँख
a very
भाई.
creepy smile on a woman's face, right?
क्या चल रहा है उस पिक्चर में?
Their viral marketing was excellently done. Do you know of this campaign?
Is it something like you could put that smile on everybody's face online or
No.
something?
So like random sporting events in the US, okay? Some people started showing up and just staring into the camera. Like you can see these people from various points of the stadium.
Yeah.
But staring into the camera with that smile just on their face.
मेरी गांड पकड़ी.
Endlessly.
Sorry.
Endlessly staring. Like throughout the match, you can see.
Right.
And like these started getting spotted throughout different live sporting events. So people like, what is this? What is this? And then that like really helped them in the marketing push. So that was one.
That's great
And the other one is
marketing.
Lights Out. That's a great marketing gimmick. The other one is Lights Out. It's about a ghost / monster that you can only see
the lights are out?
when the lights are out in a way.
ओ फक अच्छा भाई होस्ट है. मैं पता उस दिन मैं लाइट्स आउट पे ना नीचे हॉरर नहीं लिखा, थ्रिलर लिखा है कैप्शन में, ठीक है. तो उस दिन मेरा ऐसे और ये भी रात को सैटरडे नाइट मैंने कहा चलो कल संडे छुट्टी है, रात को कुछ कभी नया कंटेंट देखता हूँ मैं, ठीक है. मैं नहीं तो घिसा पिटा देख लेते हैं खाना खाते हुए कि जो देखा हुआ है. मैं लाइट्स आउट चलाने वाला था, नीचे थ्रिलर लिखा हुआ आया, मैंने कहा चलो बढ़िया है कुछ थ्रिलर देख लेंगे. भाई शुक्र है नहीं चलाई मेरे को, क्योंकि मेरे को रियलाइज हो गया कि वो खुफिया रिलीज हो गई है तब्बू वाली, तो मैं वो देख लेता हूँ. तो मैं कहा लाइट्स आउट किसी और दिन देख लेंगे. गुड नहीं देखेंगे.
So these are the
I just want to mention one quick Hollywood film I saw called Barbarian, which is very very scary. So
Really?
scary but also suspenseful. Like it's great. So yeah, watch
Okay.
it.
मैंने भी एक हॉरर देखी भाई हॉलीवुड वाली,
कौन सी?
पर वो द पोप्स एग्जॉर्सिस्ट,
Oh,
बट वो हॉरर नहीं है.
That is Russell Crowe doing an exorcism.
Yeah, bro. The thing was कि that was that till date that's my first horror film in a cinema
Theater.
hall.
Yeah, okay.
in a theater, and I legit went in कि भाई oh god मेरे को जिंदा वापस ले आना. Because मैंने उसके रिव्यूज में ये देखा था कि it's more of a thriller, less of a
Yeah.
horror, and there are no jump scares in the film.
I know.
I loved it. I am very intrigued when it comes to Christianity and उसका history and Vatican and all that. तो I was like चलो देखते क्या है. So good experience.
Okay.
Liked it.
Even Kantara had like some flourishes
some
of
elements
horror.
of that.
कंटारा भाई साहब, भाई कंटारा देख रहे थे अपन हॉल में, ठीक है. अपने को नहीं पता हॉरर है.
कंटारा से फट गई.
Horror नहीं है यार, वो मतलब उसमें
हॉरर नहीं है, बट तो व्हाट हैपेंड वाज
Supernatural.
अपन कंटारा देख रहे हैं, ठीक है. तो मैं एक पर्टिकुलर सीन बता रहा हूँ, ठीक है. कंटारा देख रहे हैं, मेरे दोस्त वो साइड में बैठे हैं, वो फ्लैशबैक में चल रहा है. राजा जाता है उनसे बात करने, वो बात करते नॉर्मल बात चल रही है, एंड देन ही शाउट्स आउट ऑफ द ब्लू. मेरे साथ दोस्त लाइक ओह बैक.
I get it. Yeah, fair.
बाप रे बाप भाई साहब. बट भाई मेरी जेन्युइनली अगर मेरी किसी सीन में मेरी लगी है ना कि भाई ये क्या है, भाई आप लोग ने राज देखी है बिपाशा बासु वाली?
हाँ.
Yeah.
भाई जब वो शीशे में देख रही होती है और उसके पीछे वो दिख जाती है उसे फाइनली, ओ भाई साहब, ओ भाई साहब, भाई वो क्या सीन है भाई. और फिर उसके पास वो आशुतोष के पास जाती है एंड आशुतोष राणा के पास लाइक वो उसे पहले तो ऐसे शन कर देता है कि चले चल तू मैं नहीं, एंड देन शी इज लाइक मैंने उसे देखा है. एंड देन जो आशुतोष राणा के एक्सप्रेशंस चेंज होते हैं,
उसकी तो फटती है
भाई आशुतोष की फट जाती है, सोचो मेरी कितनी फट होगी उस टाइम पे. एंड देन द एंटायर लास्ट चेज जब वो भूतनी जो है, वाह भूतनी
या भूतनी और क्या बोलेंगे,
जब वो भूतनी आशुतोष राणा में आ जाती है और आशुतोष राणा बिपाशा बासु के पीछे भाग रहा होता है उसको खत्म करने के लिए, एंड वो उसे आग में फेंक देती है एंड बिजली नाच रही होती है उसकी गाड़ी पे. और वो भाई साहब क्या ही चेस सीक्वेंस है, वो नींबू लाल हो रहे हैं भाई, बिजलियां नाच रही हैं, आशुतोष राणा चिल्ला रहा है, पीछे से डीनो मोरिया रोमांटिक गाना गा रहा है.
I wanted to ask about that. So Raz was an erotic horror film,
What?
right? Yeah.
What, you doing a turn on?
Yeah. So the whole
भाई मैं अगर टर्न ऑन हुआ होता ना मैं टर्न हो जाता हूँ पिक्चर
Ragini MMS, Raz, all these films.
उसके भाई रागिनी MMS,
these guys make these hot and steamy
That's
horror
what the
films
thing is. Yeah.
to make people horny. Snayhil is the only one getting scared in the theater.
So that's what.
कि यार horror तो मस्त बना है इन्होंने.
आपको बढ़िया बात बताओ, रागिनी MMS 2 है शायद जिसके अंदर सनी लियोनी है, राइट? तो उसका ना अब आई डोंट नो हाउ मच ऑफ इट इज ट्रू, ठीक है. सो वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स उसके अंदर कोई एक स्टीमी सीन होगा सनी लियोनी का, ठीक है, तो वो भाई हमारा यूट्यूब पे देख रहा था, ठीक है, एंड देन अपेरेंटली उस सीन के जस्ट बाद एक हॉरर स्कैर जंप स्कैर है ऑफ सॉर्ट्स, ठीक है. अब ये बात उसे नहीं पता थी, वो मस्त यूट्यूब पे ऐसा और उस जिसने भी वो वीडियो अपलोड करी है उसे मेरे दोस्त का श्राप लगा होगा भाई कि उसने वो वीडियो उस टीमी सीन के एंड पे कट नहीं करी.
उसे दिखाया. It's so funny.
आके वो सबको एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कर रहा है अपना, एंड फिर हमें गाला टाइप देखी नहीं भाई रागिनी MMS 2.
हाँ, but sorry, you were saying something else.
No, so if you take horror comedy and erotic horror, these are like I'd rather watch a horror comedy because then
Yeah, of
at least
course.
the tension will be released. For an erotic horror film,
Yeah,
you're expecting to
yeah.
turn
It's
exactly
more
what
build
happened.
up than release. If anything.
It's just
but
more
yeah.
blood flow.
It goes back to that whole ना जो साइको का बहुत फेमस सीन है कि लड़की नहा रही है and then suddenly and then it comes in.
Yeah.
So you titillate the audience and then you
Yeah.
tittle down. But you have some movies you want to talk about?
So
Antariksh,
yeah,
later?
so again before that, I was my extension to from the two Hollywood movies was another Hollywood movie, but it has another relation to an Indian one, basically, but not a horror film. Basically, the horror movie I'm talking about is Hollow Man.
Yeah.
Do you know like the old?
Yes.
I think
With
late
Kevin
early
Bacon.
2000s. Yeah, Kevin Bacon plays basically a man who injects himself with invisibility serum in like a lab experiment, becomes invisible.
Okay.
And they are not able to reverse the process. Okay. So he has to go around wearing like a sleeve that they made for him, like out of like liquid skin or something. He has to wear that every time, like a mask basically. Every time it goes out. So when he opens his mouth and all, you can see
There's
through
nothing,
the thing, right? So it's very scary, that visual. I saw this movie as a kid. I was in 5th standard or something, 4th or 5th standard. Okay. I saw this movie. Freaked the fuck out. Okay. My parents are out of the house. It's me and my brother watching it. My brother's having a gala time. He's 2 years older than me. He's like, whatever movie. I'm scared out of my mind. I watched the movie like 3/4 of the movie. I couldn't even finish the rest of the movie. I was so disturbed and all. I called up my mother. Okay, she's at dinner, having dinner with my dad. I called up my mom. Hey, mommy, मेरे को बहुत डर लग रहा है. बहुत डर लग रहा है.
क्या इतना बुरा हूँ मैं माँ?
I'm like that scared. It feels sad. Okay. My mom says, बेटा वो शेमारू से राजू चाचा ली थी ना, तू राजू चाचा देख ले. So we had rented 2 movies. One was Hollow Man and one was Raju Chacha.
Raju Chacha.
And then I watched Raju Chacha and it helped.
Raju
And I was
was-
completely cured. So whenever I think of Raju Chacha or Hollow Man, I always think of the other by default. That's again my relationship. Part of what my relationship is.
You know,
with
Raju Chacha was a copy of Mary Poppins, right? But in this, Mary Poppins is a man. And
Oh,
it's
what?
Raju-
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've never seen Mary Poppins. It's about a woman who comes to help kids
Yeah.
whose parents have died.
Yes.
Ah.
Exactly.
Okay.
ये वही है ना, चाचा राजू चाचा नहीं
This
राजू,
आज का
राजू
चाचा।
चाचा।
Yeah.
हाँ, मैंने किसी और गाने की
आज
ट्यून में
का
राजू
क्या
चाचा गाया।
प्रोग्राम है. Yeah.
Kajol and Ajay Devgan's first production.
Together.
Yeah. and it
Production?
Production.
First film I think Ajay Devgan produced and it bombed very
It
badly.
did, yeah, correct. Yeah.
Fun.
I wanted
If
to
only they had, double feature with Hollow Man, it would have been perfect.
because when all the
Yeah.
kids came to the theater,
Theater, they were like, Hollow Man देख के ही आए हैं, बस खुशी के 2 पल दे दो.
मैंने जो एक पिक्चर देखी थिएटर में हॉरर फिल्म which I actually really enjoyed was Tumbbad. It did not have any jump scares.
Excellent
I
movie.
think.
But horror नहीं है भाई.
और क्या है भाई?
Dude, it is.
उसमें
there's
monsters
definitely-
है.
Yeah, there's definitely parts of
there's
the
a-
horror.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What do you think is more thriller than horror? I would say it's more horror.
It is-
than
it
horror.
is
Bro, it's more
thriller
thriller.
also.
Horror उसके पास वो दादी वाला सीक्वेंस मेरे को
No,
थोड़ा
but then
horror
in
लगता
Hastar
है.
and all, like the whole
Yeah,
creature
when he goes
is
inside
horror
to
only.
get there are monsters and he has
Yeah.
to steal all that. It is horror.
It's a horror monster movie basically.
तो तेरे दिमाग में क्या है horror?
भूत.
तो भूत नहीं है Tumbbad
अरे
में।
बट मतलब इसमें भूत नहीं है ना.
तो तू
इसमें जो भूत है वो तुम्हारा ग्रीड है.
Monster
even
is
better.
there. No, a monster to kill you is there.
can personify the भूत.
Yeah.
Unlike
And-
Ragini MMS too.
Yeah. But I,
Very horniness is the booth.
but I agree. Tumbbad is excellent. yeah.
Tumbbad is really
the
good,
the
yeah,
environment and how they set it from the very beginning. You get this feeling of dread when you're watching it. Everything, the BGM is very well done. What scene? Is there a scene in particular from Tumbbad that you were going to be talking
यार
about?
वो दादी वाला scene.
Yes.
भाई वो दादी वाला ही सीन
दादी
है.
वाला scene.
मेरे
नहीं,
को
नहीं, और भी है.
मेरे को दुनिया ने बोला है भाई तुम्बाड़ बहुत बढ़िया फिल्म है, ये नहीं देखा तो क्या देखा वगैरह वगैरह. मैं गया प्राइम पे शायद, पता नहीं कहाँ पे, एनीवे स्ट्रीमिंग प्लेटफॉर्म पे
Netflix
गया.
है,
मैंने तुम्बाड़ प्ले करी. 3.5 मिनट में आ जाता है दादी वाला सीन. मैंने बंद कर दिया. मैंने कहा भाई बहुत
was
बढ़िया
damn
पिक्चर
cool.
होगी अपने घर पे, ठीक है. मेरे से तो नहीं हो पा रहा है. एंड देन
that was damn
नेक्स्ट डे मैं गया दोस्त के पास. मैं कहता तू पागल है क्या, तेरे को पता है मैं नहीं देखता हूँ हॉरर फिल्म, तू क्यों बोला तुम्बाड़ देखने को. कहता बस तू पहले 5 मिनट अगर क्रॉस कर लेगा ना वो दादी वाला सीक्वेंस खत्म हो जाता, देन इट्स फाइन. तो मैं फिर कंबल ऐसे लेके ऐसे करके मैंने 5 मिनट देखे पहले, एंड देन उसके बाद से इट वाज फाइन. तो तभी मुझे वो उतनी हॉरर नहीं लगी.
क्योंकि तेरा वो सेट था कि दादी वाले सीन और होंगे पर वैसे नहीं थे.
हाँ वैसे नहीं थे.
I would have liked, yeah, fair. I would have liked a few more of those. That would have been nice.
A few more of दादी.
Yeah, few more. So like, see, like that part, right? When there are different people in the movie also. I think
Yeah.
1 or 2 people more who get absorbed by
Yeah.
like the walls or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty gruesomely
gruesome,
very
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
The set design or art design is
Really
very
good,
excellently done. Yeah, like the room that they're in, it looks like it's breathing. So I don't know how they did that. Whether that's post, I feel like it feels like practical effects, but it feels like the room is breathing and shit. And so like
Yeah.
blood vessels and all. It looks damn cool.
अरे यार ये
I would say.
विराट कोहली अनुष्का शर्मा का नया ऐड कौन सा है जिसके अंदर वो भूत के साथ वो कर रहे हैं. There's this furniture ad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. मैं वही.
Oh, I think I auditioned for it and I didn't get it as one of the booth. Does it have a South Indian booth?
अभी 2 ad release
you were
हुए
gonna be
हैं.
a
No,
something.
yeah, because the script I got was like it's for the World Cup and
Yeah, it's the World Cup
and you are
campaign,
playing
yes.
South Indian booth, and there was another booth which also I auditioned for. I didn't get
What
any of the
did you
booths.
have to do South Indian?
I don't know. I don't remember. I had to do the South Indian
Yeah?
accent. I don't remember the line.
Did you say Ayo?
It's the live
Set.
space, live space thing.
I think वही था.
हाँ भाई हाँ वही है. तो it's a World Cup campaign ad जिसमें क्या है, the tagline is
Shit,
your
man. Snayhil could have been talking about your
yeah,
no.
another moment for you to flex.
Yeah.
It'll be like whenever we talk about bar, like the bartender in Kumar,
Yeah.
that's me. तो मैं
That's
भूत की
true.
बात करता तो you would be like कि the भूत in that. But so उनका एक नया ad है इसमें विराट कोहली और अनुष्का शर्मा का इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग की लाइक वो नहीं होता आपका फिटिंग्स वगैरह करते हैं अंदर, तो वो लिव स्पेस का ad है, लिव स्पेस है आई गेस. तो उसमें वो क्या करते हैं,
भूत नहीं है.
तू डर गया
तो उसमें वो क्या करते हैं कि द टैगलाइन इज योर इंटीरियर्स हॉन्टिंग यू, कुछ ऐसे करके, ठीक है, फर्नीचर हॉन्टिंग यू. तो वो जैसे एक क्लोजेट खोलते हैं तो उसके अंदर से करके भूत निकल आता है, और बट वो क्लोजेट इतना पुराना है कि वो अड़ जाता है. तो वो भूत ढंग से निकल नहीं पाता है, एंड देन द भूत इज लाइक द फक ब्रो, फर्नीचर ठीक कर, मैं एटलीस्ट डरा तो पाऊं तुम्हें ठीक से. तो पहले वाला जो ऐड था ना उसमें उतना जंप स्केयर नहीं था, ठीक है, जो पहले वाला ऐड था.
ऐड में कैसे?
अरे रुको ना यार, मैं कह रहा हूँ मेरी फटती है. तो उसमें पहले वाले में ना वो वार्डरोब खोलते हैं, तो वो ऐसे करके हाथ निकलता है, तो तुम्हें पता होता है कि हाथ निकल रहा है तो अंदर कुछ क्रीपी सा भूत होगा, ठीक है. दूसरा वाला जो है वो एक किचन कैबिनेट का है, वो है. तो अब अनुष्का शर्मा ना ऐसे करके ऊपर देखती है तो कैमरा सीधा ऊपर भूत पे जाता है, भूत लाइक करके बैठा होता है. भाई मैं वर्ल्ड कप देख रहा था, मस्त इंडिया न्यूजीलैंड का मैच चल रहा है, इंग्रॉस्ड होके मैं ऐसे देख रहा हूँ, अचानक लाइक एड में क्यों डरा रहे हो यार. हद हो गई भाई. But one horror film that I want to talk about again that I didn't watch was Pari.
You didn't watch?
Anushka Sharma वाली.
You have watched it or you haven't?
So why do you want to talk about it?
Because I didn't watch it. क्योंकि मुझे वो I'll tell you. So I was like
That's a great cheat code.
मैं
I want to talk about it because I haven't watched it.
I'll tell you ना क्या हुआ. So मैं ये देख कर आया Exorcist Pope का, ठीक है. तो
Pope's Exorcism.
पोप वही. तो पोप्स एक्सोसिस्ट देख कर आया, ठीक है. हाँ ये देखो, ये करेक्ट कर रहा है. तो देख कर यार मुझे लगा कि मैं तो देख सकता हूँ, ठीक है. फिर मैंने बुलबुल देख ली. तृप्ति डिमरी की मूवी है एंड इट्स प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय अनुष्का शर्मा's प्रोडक्शन हाउस, ठीक है.
Did you find बुलबुल scary?
No.
Okay.
So that's why. So मतलब मेरी थोड़ी हो रही थी, बट आई वाज लाइक कि आई सेल थ्रू, ठीक है. वो भी देख ली मैंने कहा भाई 2 हॉरर मूवीज इन 2 days, ठीक है. आई एम ऑन अ रोल. और मुझे बुलबुल बहुत पसंद आई एज अ फिल्म, ठीक है. तो आई वाज लाइक, मैं गूगल किया मैंने अनुष्का शर्मा की और प्रोड्यूस्ड मूवीज कौन सी हैं, उसमें कला भी अनुष्का शर्मा की, मुझे वो भी बहुत पसंद आई. तो आई वाज लाइक कि अनुष्का शर्मा तो
Kala is produced by Anushka Sharma.
या
Which movie was Kala?
तृप्ति डिमरी,
Koala.
QALA.
अच्छा कला, हाँ ठीक है.
या सो oh by the way हमने जो बैड पेरेंटिंग पे एपिसोड किया था, मदर इन कला बैड पेरेंटिंग ब्रो 101. बट एनीवे someone in the comments also mentioned. तो भाई आई वाज लाइक कि अनुष्का शर्मा कमाल पिक्चरें बना रही है, मैं देखता हूँ और कौन सी. गूगल किया, अगली आई परी. आई वाज लाइक great,
must be about fairies.
no तो आई वाज लाइक ठीक है, मेरा हॉरर के लिए एपिटाइट क्लियरली मैं ठीक हो गया हूँ. अनुष्का शर्मा की है तो मेरे दोनों बॉक्सेस टिक हो रहे हैं. लेट्स जस्ट वॉच इट. मैं भरी दोपहरी में सारे खिड़कियां दरवाजे खोल गई, हर जगह सनलाइट आ जाए एक बारी. भाई मैंने ऐसे करके लैपटॉप पे परी चलाई. भाई 12:30 या 13:30 मिनट पे पहली बारी भूतनी का चेहरा दिखता है, ठीक है.
You threw your laptop?
भाई मैं साइड कर दिया लैपटॉप, फोन पे मैं डूम स्क्रॉलिंग कर गया. अब लाइक मेरे से नहीं, मैं फट्टू ही है.
And then Anushka scared you again in the ad.
Yeah, and then she scared. यार bro, Anushka,
why making good ads? Good horror.
But great ad, huh? I really like the concept is the interior haunting.
You know what would have made it better?
You. Yes. You know what would have made it better? Giving a better audition, Abbas. You cannot clear an audition as a bhoot.
I think they didn't think I would fit in the closet. That's why they rejected me.
पता है क्या, मैं आपको genuinely
That's because of budgets. That's a budget thing. They couldn't afford a bigger closet. That's it.
The thing was कि जब इन्होंने बोला ना कि वो मेरा ऑडिशन क्लियर नहीं हुआ, मेरे माइंड में ये जोक आया कि हो सकता है अब्बास, but I was like, देख स्नेहिल, this is not your place to say this joke. I'm sure अब्बास के माइंड में जोक आ जाएगा, तो वो अपने आप बोल
Let me nudge him. What about you? Any other
So Snayhil mentioned Bhool Bhulaiya 2, but Bhool Bhulaiya 1, I think there are parts of it that are genuinely scary, you know. And I remember कि तभी भी I went to watch the film with my mother, and the way it was promoted was a Priyadarshan movie. Akshay Kumar है, Rajpal Yadav है, Paresh Rawal. It's going to be a funny movie, right?
Yeah.
But like the first some 30-35 minutes of it are genuinely scary, and then the last 10 minutes are
Yeah.
very, very scary.
The one where she becomes the spirit.
The Manjulika, yeah.
भाई
character was
that scene जब वो पूरा पलंग उठा लेती है भाई,
Oh great! Oh बहुत
भाई
सही है.
साहब
Yeah.
क्या पावर लिफ्टिंग किया
Yeah.
उसने उस
And whatever
scene
they
में
do
भाई.
to the voice is also pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So you know the I mentioned this on an episode of Azmi probably, but they
he
मारो मुझे, मारो.
he goes from he goes from desi tharra to champagne when he talks about as it is.
but the voice they used was a composite of Vidya Balan's voice and Amisha Patel's voice, because they wanted to keep you guessing as to who actually is the who has she haunted, Amisha or Vidya.
Oh, amazing.
So
Oh,
there is
wow,
that.
So
that's
they
a
got her
good
to say the
detail.
same dialogues, but
What
then
is it?
put
And then they
together.
pitched it high and low, and they made a composite of the voice
Sick,
track.
bro.
Use
That's
it.
damn cool. I did not know that. Wow.
And Ranjit Baro did that background score, which is also very scary. That that whole thing that keeps playing. Fuck, it's scary here. So yeah, I think Bhool Bhulaiya one is
Absolutely.
genuinely scary.
Yeah.
One that I feel is genuinely scary is one from our childhoods, Makdi.
Oh,
Okay.
bro.
Dude,
Yes.
So,
Bro.
I remember when I watched it on TV as a kid.
Of course,
Okay,
yeah.
I don't think many people watched it in theater. Directed by Vishal Bhardwaj.
Vishal
by the
Bhardwaj,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, and Shabana ma'am, bro.
Shabana
Yes.
Azmi playing the titular
Scariest.
witch.
Yeah.
Right?
Bhootini. as
Yeah.
they call it.
And dude, like I remember watching just first the ad for the film on TV, and that only was freaky,
Yeah,
dude. Like she
yeah.
has these long,
Nails.
slender fingers, like fingers, which basically they're like grayscale kind of fingers. Her skin is very pale, and she doesn't
Yeah.
look like Shabana Azmi at all. You can't recognize the Shabana
Exactly,
Azmi.
yes.
With like hair falling all around her face, and she is so there are a couple of frames from the ad that used to come on TV that I still will never forget. Okay, the movie itself also holds up quite well. What I will never forget is once she is looking outside the her mansion's window.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's like I think grabbing onto the side of the windowsill or something with those long fingers. Okay.
ऐसे करके.
Yeah, correct. So that's freaky. Okay, freaky. And the other one is just a shot of her on a swing.
Oh,
I remember
yes.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of her on a swing, just going back and forth, and like with that creepy smile that the witch has in that movie. And again, dude, those two things always till the end of my life, I think will stay with me. Those visuals, okay? You watch the movie, and the movie mein she does a fantastic job. There are these sequences in the movie where so you find out what she is later on in the movie.
Yeah,
If you've not
yeah.
seen it, it's actually one I would recommend. And it's very possible that a lot of you haven't, so go back and watch it. It's revealed what she does, actually, how she goes about it in the end. But there is a sequence, or I think two sequences, or three maybe, in the movie where she is doing the ceremony thing, like with bones in her hand, and she's like banging a skull and all whatever, and like to show that this is what she does to transform a human child into like a goat or like some other animal,
Into a murga.
chicken, and
Yeah.
into a chicken sometimes, right? So that's what she does. Okay, and all these sequences, mate, she is amazing. Shabana Azmi is very scary. As a kid, you don't know, you know, कि ये Shabana Azmi है और ये sort of acting कर रही है. It was scary as hell, dude. And just to be able to talk about it right now, I went and watched some of the clips back from then that were on YouTube. And dude, these are so well done.
They're
The
still scary.
BGM is adds to the mood very perfectly. The mood settings, all the framing and all that they use, amazing, dude. Vishal Bhardwaj, amazing. You can see the greatness there.
Yeah. Snehil, are you okay?
Yeah, bro.
He's remembered.
Fuck.
Remembered.
Bro, I'll tell you, जैसे आपने वो बताया ना कि आपने हॉलो मैन देखी साथ में और फिर
हाँ.
कौन सी देखी राजू चाचा.
Yeah.
What happened was तलाश और जब तक है जान ये साथ में रिलीज हुई थी. ठीक है, तो अब मैं तलाश देख रहा हूँ बैठ के. तलाश देखी, अब मुझे नहीं पता ना भाई. एक सेकंड, तलाश का स्पॉइलर दे सकता हूँ क्या मैं?
नहीं, मैंने देखी नहीं अभी तक.
ओ
मैंने भी नहीं देखी, पर I know the spoiler.
No, but don't give it.
फिर तो चलो लेट्स मूव ऑन टू अ डिफरेंट टॉपिक
Wait, is the spoiler that Rani Mukherjee is a ghost?
रानी मुखर्जी इज अ घोस्ट नहीं है. रानी मुखर्जी मतलब इज अ घोस्ट, ठीक है, बट रानी मुखर्जी की जगह एक्ट्रेस कोई और है.
Oh, अच्छा, sorry. Okay.
The only
But
other
that's the
actress in the
spoiler.
But
movie.
that's the only other actress. So like
Who-
now
who
you
is
know.
it?
Fuck it, you don't know, man.
Oh, she's not advertised in the movie.
No,
No,
She
वो पोस्टर पे है।
Tell me the actress, no?
करीना।
हाँ sorry.
Yeah,
Karina
that's Sixth
is
Sense
not
in a way,
is not real.
हाँ
Yeah, she was a
हाँ,
ghost
ये तो
the
मुझे
entire
ये
पता
पता है, हाँ भाई यही है, फिर मत देखो पिक्चर। तो एनीवे तो भाई वो रिलीज हुई भाई, ग्रेट सॉन्ग। सो आई लाइक्ड तलाश एज अ फिल्म ऑल्सो, बट मुझे नहीं पता ना वो भूत है भाई, ठीक है। तो मैं पिक्चर देख रहा हूँ, मैं तो पूरा इंट्रीग होके पिक्चर देख रहा हूँ कि भाई थ्रिलर है ये
Yeah,
वो है।
क्या करीना अमेजिंग यार, क्या एक्टिंग कर रही
भाई
है।
लास्ट आई स्वेयर लास्ट में वेर जहाँ पे सो द प्लॉट ऑफ द फिल्म तो बता सकता हूँ, स्पॉइलर तो आपको पता ही है,
तो अभी पता ही चल
अब
गया।
तो पता
है
है
यार।
ठीक है। तो द थिंग इज कि एक पर्टिकुलर जगह पे आके एक्सीडेंट हो जाता है, ठीक है, एंड वो क्यों होता है कैसे होता है किसी को नहीं पता है, ठीक है। तो अब आमिर खान जो है उसमें, आमिर खान का जो सबऑर्डिनेट ऑफ सॉर्ट्स है वो राजकुमार राव प्ले कर रहा है बाय द वे। तो आमिर जो है वो इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहा है, एंड यहाँ पे करीना कपूर जो है शी इज प्लेइंग
Prostitute?
या
हाँ।
ठीक है।
Why were you
अरे
hesitating?
मुझे पॉलिटिकली करेक्ट टर्म नहीं
मुझे
पता
मोटा
था।
बोलने के लिए तो बड़ा
अरे तो मुझे पॉलिटिकली करेक्ट टर्म नहीं पता
Okay.
था, एंड आई डिडंट वांट टू लाइक साउंड रूड और
A woman
पॉलिटिकली
of the
इनकरेक्ट, या प्रोबब्ली व्हाटएवर। तो बाद में पता चलता है कि वो पूरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में वो उसको हेल्प कर रही है, बाद में पता चलता है कि वो तो भूत है भाई। एंड वो उसे कैसे पता लगता है इज कि वो आमिर खान भी उसी जगह पे ड्राइव कर रहा होता है, एंड देन ही इज लाइक कैसे एक्सीडेंट हो रहा है वगैरह वगैरह, एंड उसकी बैक सीट पे अचानक करीना ऐसे करके आ जाती है।
But he didn't realize. Oh, that's how he found out in the movie.
भाई साहब, भाई ये क्लाइमैक्स की तरफ जाके है, और भाई मैं रात को 1:30-2 बजे करीब ये पिक्चर देख रहा हूँ, ये हो गया मेरे साथ, मेरे हाथ से रिमोट छूट गए, पॉपकॉर्न खत्म, मैंने बंद कर दिया टीवी, 10 मिनट मैंने लगाया खुद को कि ये क्या हुआ मेरे साथ। फिर मैंने ऑन करी तो फिर वो ना करीना कपूर जो है वो बाद में फिर आमिर खान से वापस से मिलती है, एंड देन वो उसे सब कुछ, उसे स्टोरी वोरी बताती है, व्हाटएवर मतलब उसे पता लग जाती है स्टोरी। खत्म हुई पिक्चर, मैं इतना शॉक में था और नींद नहीं आ रही थी कि मैंने जब तक है जान डाउनलोड करी।
भाई ऐसा मत बोल।
नहीं ठीक है
भाई तब करी थी,
अच्छा।
ठीक है, जब
No, no,
तक
downloaded it from Netflix.
जब तक है जान डाउनलोड करी, जब तक है जान रात को 3 बजे चलाई, सुबह 5:30 बजे तक बैठ के देखी, एंड फिर जब मेरे माइंड में शाहरुख खान का ओवर पावरिंग इमेज आ गया,
चल ही रहे।
हाँ, फिर मैं कहा हाँ ये 3 सुंदर चेहरे, बहुत बढ़िया, अब मैं सो सकता हूँ आराम से। इतना फट लेता है भाई।
So I think I'm kind of done with my like whatever list I had. I don't think there are that many great horror
I think
films.
we three of us are not the
Yeah, fair,
target
fair.
audience for
like,
horror
yeah,
films.
Maybe we need to seek them out more.
See them more, yeah.
Absolutely.
बट आपकी लिस्ट पे कोई ऐसी हॉरर फिल्म्स हैं जो आपको मतलब जो शायद आपने रिजेक्ट कर दी यही सोच के कि भाई बहुत हॉरर होगी, मैं नहीं देख सकता?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. Like I think
There was that film, right, with Konkona and Sharma. Was it called Teen Deviyan? Teen something?
Diane?
No. Wait.
I have not seen classics like The Grudge that I've heard is excellent. The Ring, I've seen like most parts of it.
भाई
That's kind of
हॉलीवुड
interesting.
हॉरर तो मैंने कतई नहीं छुआ है भाई लाइफ में।
तो वही यार, तो like those are the good horror films that I would like to go back and watch, but that I haven't. I've just put off because there's so much to watch.
Oh.
Have you seen all these classics? Like The Ring.
So
and
I've
Grudge
recently
and all
started.
that?
I watched The Exorcist, the original 1973 one. Still holds up. Still scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Halloween, I've seen.
Shit, cunt, motherfucker. Oh. He says that.
The original Halloween from 1978.
I thought she would say all the 7 words that George Carlin said. You can't say on television.
In George Carlin's voice.
Shit, this fucker talks like a motherfucker tits.
So I'm coming around to them. I have to watch Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I'll
cool,
watch
yeah.
them. But I wanted to mention this one film which I don't know if you guys will remember. There used to be a Madhuri Dixit film called 100 Days.
Oh
Jackie Shroff and Madhuri Dixit.
Oh yes, you're
It's a horror
right.
film.
It's a horror film.
It's
And it is a horror film. क्या सोच रहा है?
He thinks it's a thriller.
थ्रिलर नहीं थी वो?
भाई,
Like Tumbbad.
it's a horror film. It's sort of like it's a mishmash of The Ring and a couple of other like
Oh, yes,
Japanese
yes,
horror
yes,
films
yes,
and
yes.
various other this thing.
You're
But
right.
उस टाइम पे बचपन में हमने वो सब तो देखा नहीं था, तो ये देख के भाई बहुत फटती थी. And there is one scene towards the climax where
वो पूल में होती है.
नहीं
Wait,
पूल
वो-
नहीं,
हाँ,
Jackie Shroff hacks through a wall in his house and he finds a skeleton
Oh
behind.
fuck, जिसके गले में
गले में locket होता है.
ओरे माँ.
What is this movie? Can you describe it a
100
little more?
days.
100
Oh,
days.
okay.
Yeah, so
What's the
it's a I don't exactly remember the plot. It's something like The Ring where you there is a video cassette. It's titled 100 Days, and anybody who watches that
Dies in 100 days.
something yeah exactly yes, I think that is the thing.
Oh,
और वो video
crazy.
cassette लगा के जो visuals चलते हैं ना
100 days is
screen
quite a
पे.
lot. I think The Ring is like 1 week or something like that.
So
100 days.
and then there is a mystery regarding the locket that is built into the
Yeah,
whole thing.
oh
but
shit,
I
yes.
remember that scene where
Bro,
Watch this,
वो
man.
सीन PTSD है भाई. मैं आपको genuinely बताता हूँ. Oh fuck, वो 100 days का है भाई. कभी किसी घर वर में मूव करता हूँ ना मैं, अगर मैं आपको सच्ची बता रहा हूँ, देयर वाज अ टाइम जब मैंने ऐसे दीवार पे ऐसे
हाँ
मारता
और वो
रहता था
उसको
भाई.
ये कहता था कि वो खट 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 करते जाता है, उसको एक hollow
आवाज आती है.
तो इसके पीछे कुछ
कुछ
खाली
होगा.
है.
भाई,
then he hacks through it and the skeleton
भाई
falls.
एक बार तो लिटरली मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ था कि मैं होटल में गया था एक
And a
फैमिली के
skeleton
साथ.
fell out
अरे
of
नहीं
the-
नहीं भाई, मैं ना ऐसे दीवार पे मार रहा हूँ और एक जगह से ना मेरे को हॉलो की आवाज आ गई बाय चांस. और भाई साहब, मम्मी यहाँ से चलो, यहाँ से यहाँ पे रहना ही नहीं है. अब द थिंग इज, मुझे पता है
That's
कि
extreme.
मेरे पास चुतिया रीजन है, ठीक है, बट अब मैं माय
Convince
घोस्ट हैव हॉन्टेड मी ना. मैं घर वालों को बोलूंगा तो घर वाले चांटा मार के चुप करा देंगे. पर मेरे को नींद कैसे?
तो रात भर देखता रहेगा इसने दीवार
पे लाइक इसमें से कुछ निकल तो नहीं रहा है.
Yeah.
भाई, another horror film that I remember, it's not that famous but definitely watch it. It's 13B.
हाँ माधवन.
R Madhavan. That's again वो horror film थी, मुझे नहीं पता था.
It's about some room in some hotel.
No भाई.
Photographer.
TV serial.
Oh okay.
ठीक है, टीवी सीरियल एंड डॉक्टर. उसका सीन ये है कि डॉक्टर बोल दिया मैंने, बट एनीवे, तो उसमें एक फैमिली है, आर माधवन की फैमिली. वो एक फ्लैट में शिफ्ट होती है जिस फ्लैट का नंबर है 13B. ठीक है,
13 is unlucky number.
अनलकी नंबर है. वो वहाँ शिफ्ट होती है एंड वहाँ शिफ्ट होके उनके उस पे एक सीरियल आता है, और वो सीरियल जो भी उस सीरियल में होता है ना, वो सब इनकी रियल लाइफ में हो रहा होता है.
अच्छा.
ठीक है. एंड देन आर माधवन को पहले तो ये चीज़ बहुत कोइंसिडेंटल लगती है कि अरे कुछ नहीं, ये वो, बट देन ही रियलाइजेस कि ये चीज़ सच में हो रही है. एंड वो बार बार अपनी फैमिली को ना फिर फ़ोन करके पूछता है, आज क्या हुआ उस सीरियल में, आज क्या हुआ उस सीरियल में, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. तो मतलब जितने लोग इसकी फैमिली में, उतने ही कैरेक्टर्स उस टीवी सीरियल में भी हैं. एंड ही हैज़ आइडेंटिफाइड कि ये मेरा कैरेक्टर, ये बा का कैरेक्टर, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. टुवर्ड्स द एंड ही रियलाइजेस कि जो इसका कैरेक्टर है, वो दिखाते हैं कि लास्ट फिनाले में इसके कैरेक्टर के ऊपर कैमरा पैन हो रहा है और इसके कैरेक्टर के पास एक हथौड़ा है जिसके ऊपर ब्लड लगा हुआ है बहुत सारा. एंड नाउ ही इज लाइक कि फक, मैं अपनी पूरी फैमिली को मार देने वाला हूँ. ठीक है. एंड देन ही टेल्स हिज फ्रेंड कि ब्रो तू मेरे को लॉक कर, मैं अपनी फैमिली को नहीं मार सकता. और उसको ये चीज़ कंफर्म करने के लिए ही इज लाइक फक ब्रो, ये क्या हो रहा है. मैं वो हर जगह जाता है. ही इज लाइक ये सीरियल का टेलीकास्ट कब होगा, ये होगा. एंड देन एवरीबडी इज लाइक कि भाई ये सीरियल एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता. एंड देन ही रियलाइजेस कि वो टीवी सीरियल सिर्फ उसी के घर में आ रहा है और कहीं आ ही नहीं रहा है.
13B.
ब्रो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, मेरे को goosebumps आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, कि वो सिर्फ उसी के घर में आ रहा है और किसी के घर में सीरियल नहीं आ रहा है. एंड देन ही गोज टू हिज फ्रेंड एंड इज लाइक तू भाई मुझे लॉक कर दे, मैं अपनी फैमिली को नहीं मारना चाहता, वगैरह वगैरह. एंड देन ही जहाँ पे वो अपने आप को लॉक करता है, उसे वहाँ पे वही हैमर दिख जाता है, उसकी और फट जाती है. एंड देन उसको रियलाइज़ होता है कि जिस हैमर से जिस हैमर से फैमिली की डेथ होती है वो अलग हैमर है, और जो ये वाला हैमर है जो मेरे हाथ में होता है वो अलग हैमर है. दैट मीन्स कि कोई मेरी फैमिली को मारने वाला है और उसको मारने के लिए मैं हैमर उठाता हूँ. एंड नाउ ही इज कन्विंसिंग दैट फ्रेंड कि ब्रो मुझे निकलने दे यहाँ से, मेरी फैमिली को कोई मार देगा. एंड देन इज लाइक नहीं, एंड नाउ द फ्रेंड इज लाइक कि साले तूने मेरे को बोला था कि मैं जो भी बोलूँ तुम मुझे निकलने मत देना. सो दिस इज द क्लाइमैक्स. एंड एंड में पता लगता है कि जो वो भूत वगैरह जो था, भाई बहुत मस्त क्लाइमैक्स है, आप देखना, बहुत सही फिल्म है।
Wow, what a cliffhanger, man.
cliffhanger, bro. Yeah.
Nice.
बहुत सही फिल्म है,
Nice.
बहुत सही फिल्म है, एंड आई थिंक दिस वाज वन फिल्म दैट डिडंट गेट इट्स ड्यू, एंड आर माधवन एज ऑलवेज डिड अ ग्रेट जॉब, ग्रेट फिल्म। एंड उसके अंदर 2-3 कैरेक्टर्स ऐसे भी हैं जो वो 1-2 छोटे छोटे जंप स्केयर्स भी देते हैं, बट व्हाट अ फिल्म, लवली फिल्म।
So you do like horror.
वो मुझे बाद में पता चलता है ये हॉरर
Yeah, you're always going
मुझे
at,
मैं थ्रिलर समझ के देख लेता हूँ, पर बाद उसमें भाई मतलब 13B में भी ना ऐसे हॉरर सीन्स नहीं है कि चेहरे गंदे कर रखे हैं, फालतू की आवाजें, डबल आवाजें आ रही हैं, घोस्ट प्रेजेंस इज फाइन, ठीक है, मतलब इट्स नॉट फाइन इन रियल लाइफ, मतलब इन द फिल्म इट्स फाइन, बट लाइक जस्ट मेरा उसमें थोड़ा हो जाता है कि आंखें उल्टी हो गई, चेहरे बिगड़ गए, आवाज ट्रिपल आवाज हो गई।
So one of the most like I would say it had the potential to be a very interesting episode, but one of the most boring episodes turned out of Cyrus Says was one we did with a guy who basically runs this business that investigates the paranormal in India.
Oh bhai sahab.
Okay. You remember this, Rishi? Huh? Ghostbuster. Yeah, Ghostbuster in a way. Okay, like so he goes to like these like ritual type places, rituals happen and all that. Huh? Basically, he ends up debunking, and like, but he wouldn't give a straight answer.
Okay.
We asked him, do these things exist? And he kept like giving hawa mein answer. He didn't want to admit anything or not.
बोल भाई business खत्म हो जाएगा
exactly.
ना.
उसका business खत्म हो जाएगा. If he says कि नहीं होता ऐसे कुछ भूत प्रेत.
But wouldn't it, like if he says that there are no supernatural entities, then wouldn't his business actually take off, because then people who believe in it will come to him even more. कि नहीं मैं दिखाता हूँ है.
That's the plot of Bhoot Police.
A film I enjoyed actually. Yeah.
But bhai,
But I just want to say
check out our Shiva Sata episode. We talk about phone booth on that.
yeah.
Pop rap.
Oh, nice, good plug. Yes, guys, do
this
check
very
it out.
show that you are listening
Yeah.
to. I want this reminded me. You can decide whether to keep this in the episode or not. There was once, I don't know if you had joined by then. There was this couple who had come.
Wow, there was a time before Antariksh
before
also.
Antariksh also. They'd come to pitch a
Yeah,
podcast, and their whole thing was premonition. कि वो होने से पहले चीजें predict
Shut
कर लेते हैं,
up,
ठीक है?
dude.
Bro,
I don't know.
ये that's so even shit मत करो by real life
So
में.
they
This is
had come.
amazing.
Okay,
They both said we both have this power.
Yeah. And then they whatever helped their clients to make decisions.
And we didn't do that podcast.
So listen. So then we had the meeting and everything, and they were like, we can discuss cases that we have solved or help people out with on the podcast. So सब कुछ हो गया ये वो. And then after the meeting in the evening, Amit called me and Janam who were there, and he's like, so what do you guys think about it? Should we get back to them? मैंने बोला, if they already know what's going to happen, why should we get back to them? They will already know whether we're doing the podcast or not.
If they know we're doing it, they should just show up on the shoot of the day, on the record date, and record.
अब्बास को कॉमेडी करना था, उसके चक्कर में बिच हमने इतना अच्छा पॉडकास्ट लूज कर दिया.
Bro, that sounds
because
amazing.
Abbas thought of a punchline.
Bro. Firstly, let's be honest. There's no way they can actually have.
Bro, how can you say?
Yeah, how do you know?
How do you know? आपको नहीं हो रहा इसका
It
मतलब
sounds
किसी को
very
भी नहीं हो रहा.
far-fetched to me. But if someone is making a podcast about it, they must believe that they are having these premonitions.
They must believe for their
Yeah.
business also to flourish. Just like we believe our podcast will be the number one podcast in India.
Yeah, we think our podcast should flourish.
Yeah.
They think that business should.
But don't you have like कभी-कभी हमको भी तो gut feeling होता है ना कि नहीं ये अच्छा नहीं होने वाला है कुछ, and then you
हाँ,
वो तो
मुझे उस
है,
दिन ट्रैफिक को
correct.
लेकर गट फीलिंग हुआ भाई.
और अच्छा नहीं था ट्रैफिक.
बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं था भाई.
ठीक है, okay.
But नहीं, but genuinely अच्छा.
That's like a very cool idea.
Very
though. I would
cool
definitely-
idea, bro. Like
Man,
imagine they are
we should get in touch with them now. Like, should go back to Amit. Amit, you remember these people?
like imagine bro, like you are talking, ठीक है, अब हम ऐसा पॉडकास्ट पे बात कर रहे हैं and अचानक That's so Raven हो जाता है उसे.
That's so Raven तो wasn't it a comedy show?
हाँ, उसको भी तो प्रेमोनिशन
अच्छा
ही
उसका
होता
यही
है.
था.
No, it was a thriller. All right, that was the end of this episode
Yes.
of Pop Rap, guys. That was Snayhil, that was Abbas, and me. You can
Yes.
follow us on Instagram. Please hit that like button. Please share it. please comment. Tell us
Subscribe.
your favorite horror films that you've seen and we've missed out on, or we haven't seen, and that you recommend that we
हाँ,
watch.
भाई एक कमेंट आता है हमेशा कि how can you guys not talk about XYZ films? अरे दोस्तों देखो बॉलीवुड ना
लाखों पिक्चर है, करोड़ों पिक्चर है. It is impossible for one person to have watched all of them.
And the thing is पता है कुछ ना comments ऐसे आते हैं and then I'm like यार करा तो था इस पिक्चर के बारे में बात. And the thing is कि वो 37th मिनट पे बात किया है वहाँ पे,
पर average view
15वें
उसने कमेंट कर दिया है. अरे 15 मिनट हो गए अब तक इसकी बात नहीं
अब
की.
कैसे नहीं बात करी ब्रो.
क्या कर रहे थे लोग? Yeah. But that's fine, and that will always happen, and
Yes,
we welcome
yes.
those comments.
Yes,
so
please.
do that. Thank you. Anything else you want to plug?
Listen to Hazard as well. Props
that
every
you plug
Monday.
enough on the
And follow me on Instagram. I'm at AbbasMomin88 and on Twitter at AbbasMomin. Yeah.
I am at Instagram keh raha hu. I am at the @Snayhil on Instagram. Do check that out and please follow. यार मैं बहुत टाइम से 1268 फॉलोअर्स पे अटका हूँ यार.
हाँ यार मैं भी
Yeah.
55
help
पे
Snayhil reach 69. If you know what I mean.
अब वो चलेगा.
you're telling people to unfollow him.
No, he's 1268.
1268
I'm saying 69.
1268 से
I know.
जोक करा
God.
कर दिया. आप दोनों
God.
साथ में कॉमेडी मत
Guys,
करना.
he was going to be on a show, but he's cancelled. I've started a new comedy venue in Powai called the Chuckle Fox Comedy Club. We have some amazing shows happening all throughout the week.
Yes.
Please come for that, yeah. Follow me on Instagram, I'm Antariksh. And watch us Filmy game show. Yes.
Also, I got a listener का message the other day and I think shout out to Anas. This man is मैंने ना एक स्टोरी डाली थी कि मुझे फ़ोन लेना है 30,000 के नीचे का, मुझे बताओ कौन सा. तो उसने कुछ रेकमेंड किया एंड आई वाज लाइक ब्रो अंतरिक्ष के पास भी यही फ़ोन है. एंड देन इज लाइक ओ ब्रो अंतरिक्ष भाई तो इज एन इमोशन.
Well, I've gotten that comment about you guys. No, why is he telling you? But thank you. That's so sweet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
so
bro.
sweet.
Like I really
the emotion is anger.
yeah, is Anas. Yes, he was like तो भाई आपसे 2 नवंबर को फिर
There's another Anas.
Yeah.
There can be more
They
people.
can, yeah,
I
bro.
know they
Same
can, but
name
Anas
in
is
the
already
world.
like a rarish name, you know.
No.
Dude, Anas had this amazing experience at the Javed Akhtar thing that we did. Okay?
Now you're talking about Mohammed Anas, the
Yeah,
influencer.
we're talking about Mohammed Anas, the
The
influencer
Instagram
and
content
comedian.
creator, huh?
And he had come for the Javed Akhtar event that we did live with Cyrus, right?
Yeah.
And we were all getting our books signed, Javed Akhtar books. And Javed Akhtar, when it comes Anas' turn, as you can expect, he goes, Anas is spelled ANUS.
The funny thing is, earlier in the Q&A
Anas is
also
so
he
funny.
asked a question.
Yeah.
And he's like, sir, my name is Anas. Sorry, what's your name?
Yeah.
Anas, Muhammad Anas. Muhammad Anas' father's name, like he was this close to me. Anyway, Anas, we love you.
Anas,
Check him out on
both
Both
the
the
Anas.
Anas are
check
loved,
him out
yes.
on the Koi Mil Gaya episode of Hazard as well.
Abbe.
And check it
And
out
with
on the
that-
Pulkit Kocher and the Kasha Saru episode of Just Filmy Game Show.
ठीक है. बाकी pop
Chalo,
raps
let's
हैं.
wrap up. Yeah. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
IVM